am back with the LW-PX900, and I wanted to show you how quick and easy it is to add multiple lines to your labels. So first, before we get started, I am using one of the 1.5 inch tapes. This just happens to be a black on orange polyester tape. That's just what I had, so that's what we're going to use for this. And as you know, the 1.5 inch is the largest size that the PX900 will take. So I will show you with this example, but I'll give you some other information as well. So let's go ahead and just turn the printer on. And so again, for this, I just want to show you how easy it is to make multiple lines. So I'm not going to worry about the information on the label. We're just going to type some stuff in. So first, I will just start entering in my information on line 1. So I've done that. Okay. Now, to get down to a second line, all we have to do is hit this return key. It's just like on your computer keyboard. It is the return key that will bring you down to a next line. It is also your enter button. So if you're in one of the menus and you want to select something, you can use that button as well. So I'm going to go ahead and hit that now, and you'll see that it dropped me down to line 2. Okay, so then I can enter that in. I will do that, line 2, and then again, enter or return to get down to line 3. Okay, so now what I wanted to show you is that you actually have some capabilities to control the spacing on the lines. So you can actually access that 2 different ways, and it's these 2 buttons right here. So first is the quick access, which is going to be this button here with the big A and the triangle and the little a. So I'm going to hit that, and you'll see that it says font size, 3 lines, and it's giving me these little squares and rectangle. So what that is the rectangle is representing your label, and the squares on it are representing your text on the label. So you can see when I go in there, it's giving me 4 different options. So option 1 is just all the text the same. Option 2 is the top line bigger than the other ones, and then 3 middle line, and finally the bottom line bigger than the others. So whichever one you stop on is what's going to be applied to your label, and that's going to be shown on your display as well, so you're going to know where you're at. And if that's what you want, then you go ahead and just hit print. So I'll show you what that looks like, and then we'll keep adding lines so I can show you the maximum number of lines that you can do. All right, so here's that one. You can see I just happened to stop on the one that made the line 3 the largest. So you can see how it just automatically sizes those and applies that to my label. Super easy, okay? Now, like I promised, you can continue adding more lines, but I also told you that I would show you the other way that you can access that, and that is using this button where you have the A in the block and the 2 funny A's. So I'm gonna hit that one. And this is our edit menu. So there's a whole bunch of things in here. And this is also kind of the scenic route to get to the font size. So I'm just going to use my arrows here. I'm going to go down to font size, and then I'm going to hit the return key. We're getting familiar with that key. All right, so now here it's going to ask me to select the number of lines. It knows that I'm doing 3 lines right now, but maybe I was just getting ahead of myself or whatever. So I'm going to hit return on 3 lines, and you'll see that it's these same boxes that we just saw. Again, same thing, just in a different place. And this way you have time. It's not rapidly going through them as quickly. So if you want to sit there and kind of look at them a little bit more, you've got the time to do that here. And then you'll notice up on the top is also this manual option. Now, you can control, you do have some additional control using this manual option to set the font for each line. So if you want this line to be a 10-point font and this one to be a 16-point font, you can set that in here. So just go ahead and play around with that feature. And then I'm going to go ahead and just select one of these. Perfect. And then the other thing too is if you want to get out of that menu, just a reminder that the backspace button is just like your back button on your browser or your phone, and that will get you out of those menus as well. So let's keep adding lines. I want to see how many lines we can fit on this 1.5 inch tape. So I'm going to go ahead and just keep adding lines. Okay, line 13. Great. Okay, so now I'm on line 13 and I hit the return key, and you'll see it gives me this X. So that's right away. You'll notice that the rest of them, it was counting as I was adding the lines. Now it gives me that X. So that's my first indicator that, okay, I've reached my limit. But if you don't catch that and you do start typing, you'll see that it will give you that pop-up and say, too many lines, I can't fit it all on there anymore. And then you just hit the backspace button to delete that character, and then again to delete that line. You'll see it brought me back up to line 13, and that's my label. So that's the maximum number of lines that we can do with the 900 and the 1.5 inch tape, 13 lines. Now there is, with labels 6 lines or more, it doesn't have the capability to make those different lines like I showed you. So if you're looking for something more detailed, or you really want to play around or adjust those lines, use our label editor software program. It's super user friendly, and it's going to give you the most flexibility with designing those labels and making the fonts whatever size you want. But let's go ahead and print this label so you can see what it looks like. So I'll hit print. Okay, so now here is my label. You can see the 13 lines, perfectly legible. It's a little small, but it's 13 lines of text on a label, and it's all perfectly legible. It looks really good. Perfect. So there you go. 13 is the maximum number of lines that you can do on this one. So if you have questions on this feature or any other with the PX900 or any of the other PX printers, I would be happy to answer them for you. Feel free to reach out to us anytime and check back for more. Thanks, and happy labeling.